Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Investor Update call. My name is Josh, and I'll be your coordinator for today's event. For the duration of the call, you will be on listen only. However, at the end of the call, you will have the opportunity to ask questions by pressing *1 on your telephone keypad. If you need assistance at any time, please press *0 on your telephone keypad, and you'll be connected to an operator. I'm now handing you over to your host, Steve Nicandros, to begin today's conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone from Houston, Texas. It's a pleasure to once again connect with everyone, and I appreciate shareholders and other stakeholders, employees, having the opportunity to call in to hear an update of our work and the exciting progress that we're making. I am planning to speak for about 15 minutes or so, and then open the floor to questions, and we'll try to address as many as we can during this call. But let me first start off by saying that we have sent out a notice, as many of you know, for our annual general meeting to be held here in Houston at our headquarters on June 5th. And we look forward to receiving as many as are able to attend on that date. And in the meantime, I wanted to take the opportunity to have the chance to communicate and share some insights to the recent communication we put out, as well as an update of our work. And with that, let me start off by saying that we are approaching the mid-year mark in our work with a very exciting and very strong value creation proposition for our company. Our work, as you know, is focused and anchored in the country of Georgia, where we operate about 1.3 million acres in the eastern part of the country in a geologic province called the Upper Kura Basin. And in addition to that, we've advanced our work for future value creation in a basin called the Dobruja Basin in Eastern Europe on the western side of the Black Sea in the country of Moldova. And we're advancing work, as I will mention to you shortly, in Ukraine as well, in the same basin. Let me start off with our work in Georgia and bring you up to date of what we're doing there. As many of you know, within our operations, we have been progressing an extensive technical and operational investment program that is designed to progress our company towards establishing commercial production from the giant reserve base that we've discovered. As you'll recall, our historical work to date has amounted to a little more than $400 million in our work, and this extensive investment is commensurate with the giant oil and gas reserves that have been discovered with this work. And particularly exciting about what we've seen from our work is the analysis that our third-party auditors have done in terms of confirming the reserve and resource potential that we have established as a result of our historical investments. And as many of our observers know, we've, with our historical work, established more than a billion barrels of oil in place from our historical work, and close to 13 trillion cubic feet of gas in place. And this portfolio is truly one that our company is very excited to have uncovered with our work, and really is a great example of the year-on-year technical focus that we've been able to apply in order to bring this vision forward and have it independently confirmed in an area that previously did not see it this way. And it's truly a unique opportunity for our company to continue to advance our work forward and bring these giant reserves and resources to the market and harvest value for our shareholders, for our company, and for the government of Georgia. Indeed, what we have discovered with our historical work is transformational in nature, and I think, as I mentioned in one of our recent releases, this portfolio itself, for me, is commensurate with a portfolio of assets that any major oil company working around the world would find in its portfolio, and for that reason, I think we have just a tremendous platform to continue to build value on as we move into the future. Really significant since our last call with all of you is the fact that we recently announced that we had achieved an important milestone in our work in Georgia, and that we filed a notice of feasibility of commercial production with the Georgian State Oil and Gas Company in accordance with the terms of our production sharing agreement. And what is really important about this is that this is the product of extensive work that we've done, primarily focused from our historical operations related to the oil-bearing Eldari Formation and other related targets. And as many of our observers know from watching our work, we have been conducting extensive work on wells that we have stimulated, working on long-term production analysis that goes into our projections of what is possible for future wells that we stimulate. We've conducted extensive reservoir modeling that's been based on the results we've seen over time from our work in the Eldari Formation, as well as extensive petrophysical evaluation of the results that we've seen. And what I really like about what we're seeing here is that we've uncovered and established that the Eldari Formation, which is an upper Miocene formation that transcends all of our Block 12 holding in Georgia, has proven to be, as a result of our work, an extensive oil-bearing formation that we believe will open up a huge value creation platform for our company and transform Georgia really as a oil and gas producing province in the region. And with this, we really are able to plan, looking to the future, on our development work, our exploitation work, and the historical results that we've seen, both from producing wells long-term, stimulating wells, and integrating that into our geophysics and petrophysics, really have provided us with the foundation for filing this important notice with the government and really taking our work in the country to a new level. Because of this, we are looking ahead to establish commercial exploitation from the Eldari Formation, and we're going down a couple of paths in order to do this. As I've mentioned in my prior call and in our prior announcements, we are progressing in one path discussions with a strategic partner to assist in working with us to develop this plan going forward and work together with us in exploiting this giant resource base that we've identified. And this work is advancing, and I can say that we're making good progress in this regard. In parallel to that, we are also have designed a work program as we look ahead that involves our own work that is focused on exploitation of the Eldari, further exploitation of the Eldari. And what is interesting and significant here is that we are evolving towards conducting new operations. And as you noticed in our most recent publication, that we're focused on conducting stacked stimulation completions of 2 new Eldari formation wells, and looking forward to harvesting geological, geophysical, petrophysical, and engineering results from this work. And the significance of this is that we're seeing that the results we're able to achieve from new wells, from new completions, is really allowing us to take ourselves to a new level of results, a better quality of results, and eliminating operational risk associated with working on older wellbores, some of which are more than 20 to 30 years of age, and eliminating the risk that is associated with that. And so, as I referenced in my recent communication to shareholders, the combination of bringing in a strategic partner to join us in this work, as well as in parallel our own work that I just described, is really the basis for very significant value creation from our Georgian portfolio. Looking ahead into our new ventures work in Moldova and Ukraine, as I mentioned in a prior call, as well as in recent releases to the market, we recently added 3 million acres of onshore license in the country of Moldova. This is in the western portion of a basin called the Dobruja Basin, and our work has commenced there, primarily focused on conducting data gathering, initial data analysis, and preparing plans for the year ahead. At the same time, we are pursuing an additional license in the country of Ukraine that is also part of the Dobruja Basin in southwestern Ukraine. And overall, our focus here is very similar to that in Georgia, and it's to put into the company a new basin play that is very similar to that of the Upper Kura Basin in terms of style, in terms of potential that we've uncovered in Georgia. We see a very similar giant potential that has gone unnoticed so far, and our work is very focused to bring that into our radar screen over the course of the next year. Overall, the combination of our work in Georgia and our new ventures work in Moldova and Ukraine is really designed to continue to build a very exciting value proposition for our shareholders. And by that, I mean that as we look forward with the assets that we have and the manner in which we've been able to technically advance them in Georgia in particular, but with an eye to the future in Moldova and Ukraine. Over the next several years, I strongly believe that we will see the company evolve to a significantly higher market cap for ourselves. The vision that I have is that we will see ourselves over the next several years reach $1 billion market cap for the company, and would like to put in everybody's mind that our objectives in driving ourselves forward as we have is that we can achieve that kind of market cap with the kind of assets we have. And it's very similar to companies here in the United States that began in a very similar way as Frontera, companies like XTO, for example, that began with a vision and slowly put together good assets, solved technical challenges that were associated with giant reserves. And that profile fits very well the vision and the progress that we're making here and the hard results that we're seeing from our Georgian portfolio. As we continue to march ahead in our work this year, you've seen in our most recent announcement that we have moved to streamline our balance sheet, and this is part of our ongoing work to continue to allow the company to be nimble and efficient in its continued progress in support of its ongoing operations. And in particular, I do want to draw note to the fact that I am converting my own debt, and a colleague of mine who's invested in the company is doing the same. Our president, Zazan Mamulashvili, both of us are converting our debt in the company at a significant premium to the market, and I hope everyone understands that this is certainly a measure of our own confidence in the future and our belief in the path that we're going. And as we move ahead, I look forward at our upcoming shareholder meeting in June to elaborating more on what we're doing. But as we look ahead, it's a very exciting time for our company that has been blessed with really a unique set of assets that we have been able to advance constructively year on year, quarter on quarter. With that, I'll stop talking and take questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. If you change your mind and wish to withdraw your question, please press star 2. Please ensure your line is unmuted locally so I can take any details. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a few questions on the line, so please bear with me while I go and collect them.
We've had a question asking about when will P1 reserves be booked to the balance sheet from our work, and it's a very good question. And I think the answer to that is that in our work, as we progress exploitation work with long-term production, we will book well by well reserves in the P1, P2, P3 categories. This is all a function of reserve definitions that are placed out by the Society of Petroleum Engineers. And I think in terms of timing for us, as we've released in prior releases, we do see from our historical work with different wells P1 reserves that have been booked from our production. And as we focus on the larger program ahead that we previously talked about, I think there's an expectation that once we commence significant drilling campaigns, that with each of these campaigns, within a matter of calendar quarters, we will be looking to book reserves in a manner that accounts for production profiles that come from these wells. Another question that has come to me is related to our service providers and what they've done for us, and we have a very strong group of service providers that have worked with our company for many years and in Georgia, and have provided a variety of services related to drilling, workover, field maintenance, etc. And we're very fortunate to have a very strong and supportive group of service providers that have added value to our work by dedicating themselves to what we're doing. Josh, any more questions? I want to address a couple of questions that have been placed. One is relating to an observation that we indeed have large oil and gas fields, and when will the marketplace be aware of this? And I think we're working very hard to bring this forward to an awareness from for all of our stakeholders. As I've mentioned, the work that we've done most recently that has led us to a filing of a notice of feasibility of commercial production is an important milestone here in unlocking what is a new province. And I think to another question that has been asked in that context, I think what's really new here about our work, our ongoing work, is the achievement of this milestone. And the achievement of this milestone really is a really significant fact in our work, because what it is telling us from analysis of our work to date is that we see a giant province here that has the potential to deliver commercial production. And I think as we move ahead and in the year ahead bring more and more production forward, I think we'll see a much greater awareness of what we have uncovered so far. The work that we're planning to do as we go forward, as I mentioned earlier, evolving our work to focus on new wells and exploitation of new completions is part of this realization that we've just filed notice on. And we will always do our best to continue to produce oil and gas from existing wellbores, but what we're seeing is that key to success here from the Eldari Formation, for example, is indeed new completions that can be done with a new design that eliminates a significant amount of risk associated with exploiting or trying to exploit older wellbores that haven't been completed properly, that have been damaged by Soviet-era techniques. And we saw this, most recently in our work in the Nico #1 well in Georgia, where we were able to apply a relatively small frac to a more modern completion, albeit one that is years old. And the significant result that we saw from it, was a really important data point in moving forward towards new well design, new completion designs for our wells that will deliver a better certainty of results and better results overall. Further questions? The next question is related to our strategic partner work, and we've had a question of when will we find out about strategic partners. And I think that at the moment we are progressing, as I mentioned, our discussions with industry partners, potential industry partners, and I think it's difficult to put a specific timeline for you on it, but I think it's not unreasonable to expect that we're advancing things well, and our hope is that we will have the opportunity in upcoming calls to provide results from this work. Suffice it to say, I'm very encouraged by our discussions, and as things unfold, I really look forward to communicating that to all of you that are following us. I had a question asking, are we indeed producing oil and gas? And yes, indeed we are. As we've previously disclosed to the market, we are working on our pilot oil and pilot gas work that is allowing us to come to the conclusions that I've described so far in this call, in both the oil production and the gas production pilot projects that we've undertaken have all been designed to allow us to learn as much as we can about the Eldari Formation, the Gareggi Formation, which is the gas-bearing formation that transcends Block 12, and the ongoing production from each of these initiatives that we've been able to conduct has really been key and instrumental to our conclusions that we've reached, in particular, as I've mentioned, in filing our notice of feasibility of commercial production. I think we have time for maybe one last round of questions. Very good. I'd like to address the final couple of questions here related to our ongoing work, and I think probably the best way to sum up our overview today is related to one of the questions that was posed here, which is regarding how we look to the future and the value that can be created from our work to date. And I'd like to say that the investments that we've made year on year in our work have continued to show us that the size of the opportunity continues to grow, and with each year that has passed and each annual campaign that we've completed in Georgia, we've seen an evolution of our technical understanding of the assets that we have, and this has been particularly important because what it's done is it's afforded our company the ability to confirm through its work that we are in possession of really world-class oil and gas holdings, and it was always very possible with each annual campaign that we've had to run counter to the technical vision that we've had here. But instead, what we've seen is a progression that's very similar to progressions we've seen here in the United States, where year on year in brand new plays over long periods of time, they take a 10-year period, we've seen areas that were not previously thought to hold significant oil and gas reserves convert themselves through investments like our own to being major oil and gas producers. And this is our business. This is the heart of what we do as explorers, as technical investors. And I think the work that we've done over time, year on year, has now brought us to a very material asset base. And to couple this with another question that was asked, I think this is why my colleagues and I have felt very confident to invest in our work side by side with our shareholders, and look to the future on creating very significant value for our shareholders and our stakeholders. Looking ahead, I hope to see many of you at our June 5th annual meeting, where I'll continue to talk a bit more about what we have achieved. But I really feel we're focused on a very strong future, and with the work that has been done to date this year and what we're planning in the year ahead, I think with each step we take, we're going to see the company uncover greater and greater production levels from the giant reserve base that we've identified so far. And I look forward to reporting this good news as we move ahead. And thank you for your continued interest in our company, and more good things to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining today's call. You may now replace your handset.